Hello, welcome. My name is Megan Foster, and I'm here joined with my colleague, Rebecca Aldrich. And we're really pleased that you're able to join us here today to learn about career pathways through our programs offered through the University of Vermont Health Network. A quick overview, Rebecca and I both work within the Health Network, which we'll share in a couple of minutes exactly what that means. But one of our partners in 2019 started to try to figure out how to be able to offer education opportunities to employees at Central Vermont Medical Center. So they were able to start to come together, think through some ideas of really how to make education after high school and when you're in the working world, how to make it attainable. So through that, we have the development of our pathway programs. We'll share with you more today about really what that's come to be through our licensed practical nursing program and how it's has expanded to give access to a number of other programs, including respiratory therapists, registered nurses, medical lab technicians. We're really excited to share this with you today. And when you're thinking about what to do after high school, what can you start to do now to get ready to really prepare yourself and set yourself up for success?
So you might be asking yourself, what is the University of Vermont Health Network? So it's actually 7 different hospitals and facilities located in both Vermont and New York. So this map shows where our partner hospitals are located. At the University of Vermont Medical Center in Burlington, Home Health and Hospice, which is in Colchester, Central Vermont Medical Center, as Megan mentioned, which is where many of our efforts began, is located in Berlin. We have Porter Medical Center in Middlebury. And then across the lake in New York, we have Champlain Valley Physicians Hospital in Plattsburgh. We have Alice Hyde Medical Center in Malone, and then Elizabethtown Community Hospital in Elizabethtown.
And all of our partners come together and we're able to offer programs to the employees that are working for us to be able to help them to really kickstart their healthcare careers, expand on what they've been doing, and really give great opportunities for those coming into the workforce a chance to be able to go to school and have an ability to earn while they learn. Rebecca will share with that details in a few minutes. But what are some of the options that we have? The programs we have to share here today are what is currently in play. That doesn't mean that there's not going to be more coming through. We're really excited about the expanded offerings. So currently, licensed nursing assistant programs, licensed practical nursing programs, and registered nursing programs are offered with partnerships with local institutions to be able to set yourself up to enter the nursing field and really advance. We have programs that you can become a respiratory therapist, a medical lab technician, surgical technicians, and even in radiology, we're offering training to become MRI technologists. All of these programs are advanced career fields within healthcare, and really all of them have in common core college courses that need to come together. So we have a partnership with Community College of Vermont to offer general education courses to really set you up for success through any of these programs. Our program is called Pathfinder, and it's a program that is launching in fall of 2025 to be able to really give our employees access to a myriad of co-requisite classes, prerequisite classes to get themselves set up in advance to take things like anatomy and physiology, English, math courses, microbiology, classes that will support you through a number of these programs to really prepare you that when you enter the respiratory therapy program, for example, that you have your base foundation courses completed and you're really ready to enter and dive into that material.
Awesome. I'll talk a little bit more in detail about how our pathway programs work. So each program might require a different amount of time to complete. So they all have different components and different educational requirements. But ultimately, they can be up to 3 years in length. And we partner with a number of different local educational institutions. So like Megan mentioned, we work with CCV. We also work with Vermont State University and Norwich University. But we also have partnerships with out-of-state colleges that might offer specialized training programs that we need. So like Dallas College out of Texas is one example. And then to be eligible to apply for any of our pathway programs, you do need to be a full-time employee of a partner within the network. So that's all of those hospitals on the map that we previously shared. And one of the prime benefits of participating in our pathway programs is a reduced working schedule. So this means that while you're a full-time employee and you receive full-time benefits, you're getting a couple of days off to focus on studying. And you're getting paid for that time that you're studying. And so this is our investment in you to be sure that you're successful. And so how are the costs covered? So the majority of our programs follow a tuition reimbursement format. So what that means is if you're accepted, you'd work directly with the college or university to go through their financial aid process. Hopefully, some of the costs are covered by scholarships or grants, but then the participants are responsible for what's left for any out-of-pocket expenses. So once you finish your program, you complete any other requirements. You might need to pass an exam to receive a license for your new role. So once you're done with all of that, any of those out-of-pocket expenses would be reimbursed over the next couple of years while you're working in that new role. And so if you're interested in learning more about a specific program, you can check out our workforce development website. We're going to share that website link in a couple of slides. We have on-demand info sessions about how each program is structured, so you can do a much deeper dive into the program that you're interested in.
Thanks, Rekha. So where do you start? How do you become eligible, make sure that you're set up for that success, and where do you begin? So first step for being eligible for our specific pathway programs is employment at one of the partner hospitals. It can be any of the partner hospitals that were referenced on the slide a couple slides before. I will mention that some of the programs are state specific, depending on different regulations that might be required. Surg Tech is an example of that. But most of them are accessible in some format or another through all of the hospitals. So again, once you figure out what it is you want to do, what careers you're thinking about, do deep dives and to connect with us to help figure out what you need to do to get ready, and then beginning employment. It can be in any job capacity. It does need to be full-time, as Rebecca said. And we can help connect you with our talent acquisition team to be able to look at opportunities and what may be the best fit for you. Thinking about job shadows is a really, really great place to begin, either before or after employment begins, to be able to start to think about respiratory therapy. So you might become employed with food service and be working full-time in one of the cafeterias, but doing some respiratory therapy job shadows to be able to check it out and make sure that that's what you want to do in the longer term. All of our departments are really excited to be able to offer those, since we're happy to help facilitate those connections. Again, our Pathfinder program is really set up to be that foundational course. So being able to start to apply for that, access those prerequisite courses. It's a program that is actually prepaid. So you have access to the courses in advance, and we can really help make sure that you have as much done in advance of nursing school, for example, and be able to be ready and on your way. Applying to the pathway program of your choice, whichever one that you feel is a best trajectory for your healthcare career, complete that successfully, you graduate and you're off and running on your new career. So really getting in, working in the hospitals, getting that experience, and getting the foundational courses done after you've done your shadows, setting yourself up and to be on your way.
There are a number of things that you can do now while you're preparing to graduate from high school. We highly encourage you to meet with your school counselors to talk about your interests and your goals. Also, friends, family members, people who you might know and be already connected with that work in healthcare are great resources. As Megan shared, job shadows are an amazing way to experience being on site at an employer. You can see how see how things operate behind the scenes, and just see if it's the right fit for you, if you could see yourself in this environment. It's also a great way to make connections and to start building those relationships. We encourage you to utilize dual enrollment vouchers if possible to complete college classes. So it's a great decision financially and can really put you on the path to success. And like Megan said, we have options if you go on to work for the UVM Health Network, but if you take some of the required prerequisite courses now, you'll have fewer to do later, it'll save you time, and you'll be that much further ahead. Explore early college options if you already know what program you want to pursue. And if you're not sure, conversations with your teachers and counselors can help, and those job shadows are a great way to figure that out. And there are jobs within the UVM Health Network that you can apply to that are per diem. So that means you can work as your school schedule allows. And a lot of jobs do require you to be over the age of 18, but there are some that don't. So our talent acquisition team can help you navigate this and see what options you might be interested in. So we'll share the link to our website in a couple of slides, and that same website will bring you right to our careers page. And then lastly, be ready to put your best foot forward when you're applying to a job or to a pathway program. Make sure your resume is up to date and it's accurate. And if you're asked for a cover letter, make sure you're sharing what interests you in a role or a program and why you'd be a good fit and why they should hire you specifically. So take all those job shadows and interviews seriously and be on time. Be sure to follow up afterwards. These things can really set you apart from from other candidates.
Thanks, Rebecca. So you'll see here a graphic that is specific to nursing, but it's really an example of healthcare in general. We use nursing as the example here just to kind of show, I call this the game of life, to be able to see how you can move through and the different ways to do it. But it's also a mix of the game of chutes and ladders. And you'll see a couple of individuals that look like they're climbing up ladders at different points in the board here. So really, it's showing that nursing has a number of on-ramps and off-ramps. You could go through the licensed nursing in training program. You could start that and then go straight on to become licensed practical nurse, then a registered nurse, and then advance to become complete your bachelor's of science in nursing degree, and then go on to nurse practitioner school. That is one way to do it. Another way is actually to be working in a different role. Maybe you're in an administrative assistant role, but you're going into a 4-year registered nursing program. And so you're doing the Bachelor's of Science right off the bat. There's a number of different ways, and there's not one right way. It's really person specific of what you want to do and when you want to do it. So I really encourage you to have those conversations with your counselors. Think about what your personal situation is. Do those job shadows, thinking about which way you want to enter. The pathway programs that we offer through the UVM Health Network are another option for post-secondary opportunities. So thinking about how to do that, what is the right way for you to do it, thinking about on the job trainings versus more traditional college settings. All of those play into decisions, and it's really important to get as much information as possible, but really to do those shadows, talk to your peers, talk to trusted advisors, and be able to narrow down what you want to do. And just know that it is not linear, and it doesn't have to end either. Healthcare is really unique in that getting that registered nursing degree, for example, it opens you up to a whole host of opportunities, so many different settings and styles of ways to do it. You could be working on an emergency department floor. You could be in a provider's office. You could be in a long-term care setting. You could be doing home health. There's a whole variety of different ways to just use that specific degree. And the same holds true for the other disciplines within healthcare as well. So this is meant, it looks linear, but it's meant to show that it's interactive and that there's lots of ways to start and advance through your life.
So here's a link to our website and a QR code that will bring you there. We've given you a lot of information today. There's lots more out there. We have a lot of information posted to our website, and we update it regularly. So as Megan mentioned, as new programs are introduced, they'll be reflected on there. And then if you have any specific questions, you can feel free to reach out to us directly at any time. This is our email addresses. So we hope this was helpful, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future. Thank you.